Well, guys, I think we all are voting for the same person in November, so let's say on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
This is Taco Tuesday.
Welcome to another episode of Taco Tuesday. We're really excited this week. We're back here in Midtown, and we finally got the guest we've been hoping for a long time. But before that, Molly, why isn't Guy Fieri here?
I have trouble sleeping at night because I feel like I've failed you guys so much, and just the lack of Guy that you've been able to witness this semester. But I also have to account for the fact that Guy is a busy guy, and he's got a lot of things going for him. So he's actually on set right now filming more episodes of Guy's Grocery Game so that he can bless us with that show. So please just be patient with us. He will be here next week if everything goes to plan. So let's just hope that all works out.
Okay, thanks. So we're really excited about our guest today. We're going to introduce our first guest. He's goes to the University of Florida, loves the Gators, and is the analyst of a pretty popular podcast, Parker Bonner.
I hear that this podcast is, really good.
Yeah. Parker, welcome.
Hello, it's just such a pleasure to be on this week's show. I've always wanted to be on, so I'm just excited to be here.
Molly, you want to introduce our second guest today?
Kyle, I would love to. I am so excited that we got this guest to come out. He's kind of a busy guy. He loves watching movies, taking naps, and he's also just very extroverted and always trying to make plans with people. So the fact that he wrote us into his schedule, guys, we're just so blessed. So our second guest for today is the one, the only Kyle Stoughton. Yes, I knew it. Kyle Stoughton. Kyle, say hi.
Hi, everyone. I'm so glad to be on this show. I've been wanting to be on for such a long time. Go Gators.
We are so excited that we got to give you this opportunity.
Okay, Molly, thanks. I'd like to introduce our third guest today. Our third guest, she's a huge fan of Guy Fieri, loves the Kardashians, loves to keep up with the Kardashians, and a huge fan of Beyonce as well. So glad to have her on the show. It's Molly Real, everyone.
Miley, what's good? Just kidding. Guys, thank you so much. I don't know what I did to deserve this pleasure, but I want you guys to know that this is a dream come true for me, so thank you so much.
Of course, Molly. We're glad to have you on the show. So, it's exciting to have our guest here today. Let's see. What are some topics we're going to talk about today?
So, we're going to see how this goes being the host and the guest, because this is going to be an interesting dynamic. It's like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Ha, Halloween.
I'm actually the analyst and the guest.
Okay, so I'm a host and a guest. So I asked you guys to submit some more topics, and y'all delivered. So I was actually crying at some of these. So some of them are really good, and do we just want to name them, go around, and then keep going? Yeah. Okay, so the first one is Zachary Martinez. What do we have to say about him?
Zachary Martinez is one of the most amazing and beautiful people I know. Just the lushness of his facial hair, not to mention his Cubanness, is just something I greatly appreciate. Zach Martinez, I don't know if I have anything bad to say about Zach Martinez.
I don't know that there is anything bad to say about Zach Martinez. He is single.
Oh, well, that's a steal of a deal. Ladies, I'd get looking out.
We're not saying he's a bargain, guys, because he's a top seller, you know what I'm saying? He ain't going for $2. He's going for $1 million.
Yeah, Parker, you have anything to add on Zach Martinez?
Yeah, I think Zach's a really great guy.
Vanilla. Okay, what about Zach Martinez's face and theories on why it's so beautiful?
Like I said, I think the the facial hair is just used to perfection. It's not overdone, but it's used, as a very, very light touch with the razor. I appreciate that. And also, just like I said, the Cubanness of the face is very well done. And when I say Cubanness, not like cube, like his face is a cube. No, I mean like because he's Cuban, like his skin tone is very, very nice.
So I think that because I am dating his brother, that's probably why. Because they're related. So, good job, guys.
What was the question again?
Oh, it was about why is Zach Martinez's face and theories it's so beautiful.
That made no sense.
I totally understood what you were saying there, Kyle. You could really dive into this theory. Of course, it's a beautiful face. We all know that, but we have to wonder why and how is it such a beautiful face? And
I would just like to point out that is the definition of a theory.
Yeah, you're in danger of getting cut off.
Okay, thank you, Molly. Anyways, why and how? And I think we have to look up the family tree to help answer this question.
So after your thorough research on Ancestry.com, what do you have to say?
It probably has something to do with his parents.
Oh, thank you.
I just made like 10 people look at me. I yelled so loudly.
Well, that's a shocker right there. Okay, I think what's our next topic? It's who are we voting for in November? Well, guys, I think we all are voting for the same person in November. So let's say on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Zach Martinez. Yeah, it's a pretty clear choice with the face that he has. Zach Martinez is our only candidate we can vote for.
I can just trust him. Yes, I can trust him. He is not crooked, nor... Anyways, okay. I was just trying to make a Donald Trump joke and then it failed. Do you believe in life after love? I feel like this is just a yes or no answer. If you say anything other than yes or no, I'm cutting you off.
Yes.
Yes.
No.
But why?
Because I can feel something inside me saying, I really don't think it's strong enough.
But do you believe in life after love?
After love, I can feel something inside my shade.
Same. I can feel something, so that's why I believe.
Wait, is this question love after life or life?
No, life after love, Parker.
Well, then obviously.
Molly's got that Parker, you're ruining the podcast look on her face.
Isn't that her regular face?
I think that's my resting face. I don't have RBF or anything. I have it resting. Parker is ruining this podcast face.
Okay. Now. Oh, here we go. Okay. We're talking about our go-to feel-good movies on this one. Molly, you look like you were ready to say something.
So, my go-to feel-good movies don't actually make me feel good, but it's always what I watch when I'm sad. So, my go-to feel-good movies are, really sad movies, but they, I think they make me feel better about being sad because, other people have bad things, too. So some of those movies are Moulin Rouge, or The Last 5 Years, or Titanic. They're all just, very sad, but they make me feel better in a way. I don't know. I'm not...
Are you taking joy out of other people's misery?
No, but, I just know that I'm not alone in that, so I feel better.
That's poetic. So, my feel-good movie is probably one of the greatest feel-good movies of all time. It's an old one. It's a classic. It's been remade a few times, but never does it match the superiority of the original.
Footloose.
No, it is. It's not Footloose, but I do like Footloose. It's a good movie. But
Grease 2.
no, it's not Grease or Grease 2 either.
Parker's feel-good movie is Grease 2. Pass it on.
My feel-good movie is Miracle on 34th Street. No.
Isn't that a Christmas movie?
Yes, it is.
My favorite feel-good movie is Marley and Me.
Hey, so to all those fans out there, it's just been confirmed that Parker only feels good around Christmas time.
Can I explain why it's such a great movie? It was because it embodies Christmas. It embodies one of the most joyful times of the year, and it just brings to light that believing in Santa Claus and like all that great stuff. It's just at the end, she gets the house and like all these things. It's just like I feel good because it happened.
Okay, so to our listeners here who still believe in Santa Claus, close your ears. Okay, Santa Claus isn't real.
I didn't hear you, Molly. What was that?
Santa isn't real.
What?
I don't know what to say right now.
Okay, I had closed my ears, but I opened them, and then what did you say?
Santa's real, huh? Okay, what's your favorite feel-good movie?
My favorite feel-good movie. So I thought about this for some time because I'm sure all you viewers know that I'm a huge movie fan. I decided that I like to go to like movies that make me laugh, I guess, to feel good. So my number one is probably School of Rock.
Yeah.
Just because I like can't watch that movie and not feel good because it's got music that I love in it. Jack Black is one of my favorite actors just like in the comedy genre because he's hilarious. So if I'm going to a comedy, it's easily got to be what I say, School of Rock. But I would say that like if I was looking to a movie that like will make me feel good at the end, like even going through some trials, I'd have to go with The Shawshank Redemption because I like feel so satisfied at the end of that movie. So.
I still have not seen that, but it is on my list of movies to watch, and like it's gonna happen soon, Kyle, and I'll call you afterwards.
I can confirm that is an incredible movie and definitely one of my favorites. Another good one, another classic is Good Will Hunting.
I was just going to say that movie makes me feel so good afterwards, too.
I just watched that movie, and it kind of made me feel like crap because he's so smart, and I'm like struggling through linear algebra, and he's just like a genius. And like it's a great feel-good movie like outside of that part, but I was just like, I'll never be that smart, and so I was like crying.
And like just think about the title. Good Will Hunting. You're like supposed to feel good after it, you know?
Thank you for the analysis of that title and its implications and meanings. Wait, do we have any? I was just thinking, do we have any feel bad movies where you just like feel like crap after you watch them? Oh wait, I have one more feel good movie. Finding Nemo. I love Finding Nemo and I feel great afterwards. Sorry, Molly. What?
I have a feel crap movie. It's a classic. It's been remade many times, but it's just never as good as the original. But it's Miracle on 34th Street.
Are you serious right now? Or are you just messing with me?
She's messing with you.
I am. I've never seen that movie.
Are you messing with me still?
I actually have never seen it.
I'm going to introduce you to that movie.
Also,
Watch The Shawshank Redemption first.
okay, I will. I don't know that I have any movies that I like choose to watch that make me feel bad. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, it's not necessarily that I like choose to watch them because they make me feel bad, but like they're good movies. I just feel kind of crappy after watching them.
well, like after I watched Titanic and all of the movies that I said I watched to feel good, like I feel crappy, but I also feel good. So it's like a two-way street. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, you watch movies for weird reasons.
I have one crap movie that just comes to mind, and that is Transformers 4.
Oh, well, that's just a terrible movie. I mean,
I have seen it once, and it was the worst thing ever.
if we're going based on that, then Batman v Superman would be my feel crap movie because that movie was terrible.
You know what's so bad it's good? Spider-Man 3.
I feel great after watching that scene where he like is dancing and walking down the street pointing at people, and oh man, that's hilarious.
That is literally what is going on inside my head 24/7. It's just that scene over and over again.
Okay, but I was thinking one movie that like I just feel like crap after watching Okay, so the movie made me feel like the most crap is Requiem for a Dream. Like, I wouldn't even recommend this movie because you feel like total crap after watching it, but just one that, like, I watch regularly and still kind of makes me feel like crap is The Social Network. I love that movie so much, but I still feel kind of like crap afterwards because I'm using Facebook and it's just this terrible organization.
So sometimes, whenever, like, something, like, funny, like, bad but funny happens on Facebook, I, like, tag Mark Zuckerberg in the post, and I'll be like, Mark Zuckerberg, fix this. Or, like, sometimes I've, like, tried to, like, personally message him and just be like, what's up? Because, like, since it's Mark Zuckerberg, like, everyone can access him.
Yeah, we should get him on Taco Tuesday one of these days.
Another movie that's not crap, but, like, makes you feel bad after you watch it, or just kind of sad and somber. I'd say American Sniper hits you in the feels. You know, with the silent credits and just all of that, you're just sitting there in silence and you're just feeling the emotion behind it.
Yeah, that's kind of like Spotlight, where, like, at the end of Spotlight, you're just, like, sitting there, like, in shock, like, oh man, that's so awful.
Don't spoil anything, Kyle.
Flushed Away.
Yeah, Flushed Away for sure.
I love that movie.
That movie's great. Danny, do you have any movies that make you feel good after you watch them?
Oh my gosh. This is a really hard question. Make me feel good after I watch them? No, usually I feel like that was so depressing. You know?
Okay, then a feel bad movie.
All I can think of right now is The Pursuit of Happiness, and I can't tell if it's a feel good or feel bad. It's like split half and
It's
half.
both.
Yeah.
It's like depressing the whole time.
It's a movie that Molly would watch.
Exactly. But then
I
afterwards,
watch
you're
sad
like,
movies to feel better. So me.
well, the last movie I watched was Battleship, which was last night.
I'm so sorry. Why
And
did you watch
it
that?
It was like so intense the whole time. All of a sudden, it just went from 0 to 100, and I was like, "What's going on in this movie?"
Yeah, well, it's like goes from zero to aliens,
I
if that's what you mean.
Exactly.
What?
Four-fingered like goatees they have in like Aliens.
Why did you watch this movie?
It was just on TV, and I just literally decided to keep it on. Yeah, I just was on my couch and literally couldn't move, so I was like, fine. I guess I'll keep my eyes on it.
Well, next time you see Shawshank Redemption, flip to that one.
Oh, love Shawshank Redemption.
Yes, good.
Classic.
It's the best movie.
It's definitely a feel good.
All right, cool beans. Okay, what do we have next?
Can we just take this time? Okay, so, like, I have the biggest crush on Danny in the world. Like, I walked in today, and she was like, hey, Miss Molly, how you doing? And I, like, about fell on the floor. And every time she talks to me, I do the, like, crying motion where I, like, put my hands on my eyes, and I'm, like, crying. And, like, after she just talked to us, like, just now, she, like, put her hands on my arms and was like, thanks, okay, like, see you later. And, like, I'm just, like, in shock.
Well, earlier she was like, I just wish that, like, I could get work off at this time so I could hang out with you guys. We were like, oh.
And then I about died. And then Kyle got to take an exam with her, and he said, sorry, I'm so excited. And then he sent us a selfie, and I was, like, literally sitting on my phone screaming.
Yeah, and the exam went all right, so let's go.
Y'all need to come into Tijuana Flats and meet Danny if you haven't already.
We'll post the selfie of Kyle and Danny. It's a classic.
It is a classic. All right, what's
Okay, so the next question is how to treat yourself.
Well, what I've learned recently is that on an exam day and after you take an exam, it is mandatory that you go out and treat yourself. So that is something that you all should know if you do not know that.
What did you do, though?
So, I can give you an example. Yesterday I had an exam, and afterwards I went home, and I laid in bed from 3 to 8 when I had to go to CG. And I watched Jane the Virgin, and I ate cookies, and it was amazing.
Treat yourself.
Parker just stole it out of my hand. So I think one of my favorite treat yourselves, and like Parker said, I think after an exam is the best part, or best time to do it, was getting ice cream. I love getting ice cream, like going out for ice cream after an exam.
If I do that, whoa. Parker just tried to grab the phone out of my hand while I was talking. If I do that, I either go to Sweetberries and get frozen custard, or I go to El Indio and buy queso and chips for myself.
I remember after the Florida-Tennessee game when I was in Knoxville, after we lost, which was a very sad moment.
Thanks for bringing that up.
You're welcome, Kyle. We decided to treat ourselves, and we went out and got some ice cream as well. So that's a good pick-me-up.
Same answer as me.
Huh.
So yeah, that's how you treat yourself. As the sauce boss, I like to treat myself to some Tijuana Flats sauce.
Okay. Oh, okay.
I had something I wanted to say, but after that little spiel, Kyle, I totally lost all conscious thought.
You're lost in the sauce.
But the same man can be lost without his sauce.
True.
Okay. I just like this question. Where would you want to travel if you could go anywhere?
I know this one because I've always had this answer, well, at least for the past 6 years. I would go to New Zealand. I really want to go to New Zealand because it is everything. It's got beaches, it's got huge mountains, and it's got the Lord of the Rings set where they did all the filming and stuff. So everything about New Zealand is where I want to be. I would love to go there for a couple weeks.
Kyle was born into the wrong country, for those of you who are wondering. My answer has also been the same for a while, but it's not New Zealand, sadly, and it hasn't been 6 years that I've wanted to go here. But I'm dying to go to Spain because I've been studying Spanish for about 7 years now. So I'm really ready to go to Spain and use it and to get my Spanish to be better. Also, every picture I've seen from Spain just leaves me in wonder of how beautiful it is. So I really want to go experience that.
So not Mexico?
I've also been to Mexico. Oh, no. My family and I walked across the border from El Paso to Juarez for half an hour. Juarez is also one of the homicide capitals of the world, so that was fun, but also terrifying.
Did you die?
I died. Actually, it was I tell this story now and it's not scary, but I was 13 when we went, and I was the only white blonde girl, so everyone noticed me and they all came up to us, and I was super scary.
That reminds me, in China, when I was living over there, at Tianjin Square, which is the big kind of capital square across from Forbidden City, it's good luck if you take a picture with a white person. So everybody would freaking come up to me and ask to take a picture with me. And I had I swear to you, a bunch of Chinese people have pictures at home of me hanging on their walls, and they're it's just some random guy,
Have you seen How I Met Your Mother?
No, I haven't.
Oh, well, in one episode, Robin is telling Ted not to go to this wedding with one of this what?
I just want to make an announcement. Spoiler warnings for anyone who hasn't seen How I Met Your Mother yet.
This isn't a spoiler. Robin was literally just oh, I went to some wedding with this random guy, and now I'm in his family's pictures forever. Oh, no, it was when Ted brought a date to Lily's birthday party, and they were so mad, and Robin was I'm in this Japanese guy's family's wedding pictures now, and it was so funny.
I always feel so self-conscious about when people are taking pictures and I happen to get behind them, the people who are in the picture, because I'm I'm forever going to be in these random people's picture.
That gets me so excited. I'm I'm gonna forever be in these random people's pictures. Okay, next question. Oh, sorry, Parker.
I was just about to say, I never got to answer that. So if I could travel anywhere, it'd be really great to travel outside of the country, but it'd also just be great to travel outside of this time zone. So I've always wanted to go to Yosemite National Park. I want to go out west and see the Grand
Tetons.
Yes.
The Grand Canyon.
The Grand I was going to say the grand scale of all of the mountains.
So I used to live in Arizona, and we went to the Grand Canyon, and I went to Utah when I was a baby, and all of the red rocks and stuff. And I'm a strong believer that before you die, everyone needs to see the Grand Canyon in person, because it's just something that's so indescribably majestic and leaves you in wonder and awe of God's creation. Is so cool.
My favorite place in America that I've seen is Grand Canyon, easily.
I bet they are pretty grand.
It honestly leaves you feeling so insignificant, but in like a good way. Like, wow, like, I don't know. It's just really cool. I 10 out of 10 recommend.
Yes, 11 out of 10.
Thank you. Okay, our next one is, I like this one too. How to celebrate fall in Florida. Any ideas?
Well, one of my favorite things about fall, and I think fall is potentially my favorite season, but I think one of the best things about it is the way people dress in fall. I just like the style and the flannel look and all of that jazz. So I say, in Florida, once it drops below 80 degrees, pull out those fall clothes.
I would say flannel is definitely a good option, but then also since it's Florida, it's still warm, but it's not sweltering. So I would say hammocking is a good way to celebrate fall in Florida.
The Hammock Club treasurer nods in agreement. So I'm a huge football fan, so for me, fall I always associate with football season, so going to Gator games is like the highlight of my fall almost always.
Go Gators.
Yeah, and barn dance. I love barn dance.
Go barn dance.
Shout out to Barn Dance. If you haven't heard about it, which everyone who's probably listening to this podcast knows what Barn Dance is, but you should go.
It is November 4th.
I did not go my freshman year, and I regret not going. It was so fun.
I agree. I went last year, and I regretted not going my first year.
For those of you who have met my roommate, Ricky Aldridge, he was also on the show a few weeks ago, or a couple months ago now.
I ran into Ricky and Luke at Frat Publix yesterday, and I told them Fratlix, yeah, and I told them to enjoy shopping because there were good BOGO deals.
Thank you so much for that. They didn't tell me that they ran into you. That's unlike them. But anyways, Ricky Aldridge came up and visited me for the first time on the weekend of Barn Dance last year, and that was his first weekend up here, and that event was the reason that he decided to come up here this year.
Wow. Barn dance having an impact on people. Yeah, like I said, I did go to barn dance last year, and it was my favorite event of the entire year. So.
Barn dance is November 4th. Put that into your calendars, and we will see you there. We will all be there.
Yeah.
Okay. What?
Don't go to All American Rejects. Go to Barn Dance.
I didn't even know they were in town, but I agree.
I didn't even know they were still relevant, but I agree.
Well, they're not still relevant, but they're in town.
Aww. Okay.
As All American Rejects would say, move along to barn dance.
Here's my Lil Wayne laugh. Why? Okay. And then these last two questions, obviously the same person wrote them, but so we can do like one or the other because I don't think we could answer both of them. So Kyle can, but all about Luke Cabrera or understanding Robby DeCola's mannerisms. So I can start because all I've noticed is Robby DeCola's mannerisms, but I can't explain them. So I'm like half of the problem.
Well, you need the keys to understanding them then.
So, but I can't understand Luke Cabrera. And there are many, he's a multifaceted man with many tricks up his sleeve. But I would say that the one thing you need to know about Luke is his socks. And that man is not afraid to rock a crazy sock combo with like a button-down shirt. So be on the lookout for his penguin socks or his french fry socks or any of the other socks that he wears, to be honest. And like, just say nice socks. And then you will understand Luke Cabrera.
There you go.
Honestly, oh, sorry, I have something in my throat. we can.
Parker needs to do some vocal acrobatics.
That was your fault for not doing those at the beginning.
This will be cut out anyways. It's all right.
No, it won't.
All right. Well, I'm sorry you had to listen to that. I don't have much to say about Robby's mannerisms. He seems like, Robby's a great guy. Very knowledgeable, knows a lot. He's got that chill complex, I feel like. You know what I'm talking about? Just very laid back, relaxed, and, just chill. I appreciate that. I like that. And then you got Luke Cabrera, who's just a great guy and, to be a friend with anyone, and that's something you need to know about Luke. He can spark a conversation with just about anyone and just make anyone feel like $1,000,000.
Yeah, so all about Luke Cabrera. I mean, I think the most relevant thing I can say about Luke Cabrera is that he's like one of the most inclusive people I know, and he like really wants people to like feel included, and he's a really cool, nice guy. But understanding Robby DeCola's mannerisms this is an exciting topic for me because I went to high school with Robby, so I've known him since middle school. So yeah, so Robby, he's an interesting feller if you don't know him. So one thing that Robby does is when he's happy, sometimes he'll just scream in public. So, you know, he'll just be like eating or something, and you'll be talking to him. There'll be a little pause, and then he'll go, ah! And yeah, no, it's just something he actually does in public, and that just means he's happy. So, you know, that's one of his mannerisms. Another Robby mannerism is he's Italian, so he likes to use his hands a lot. He's very into the use of hands to describe things. So if you watch out for that, that also just means he's being descriptive. And one more mannerism of Robby is that he has a habit of kind of just stating things how he's feeling, you know. So something like if he doesn't like your watch or something, you know, he'll just kind of tilt his head and go, I don't like that watch. I don't like it. You know, and you'll be like, well, why? And then he'll go on to explain it. But it's kind of something that he'll just do. It's a Robby mannerism. So that's just a few of them. I mean, you can never fully understand the complex creature of Robinson DeCola. But yeah, so that's a few of his mannerisms.
Isn't Robby his middle name?
Yes, his full name is Nicholas Robinson DeCola. Yes.
All right.
I would say that I fully understand Robby DeCola now. Also, Robinson is a cool middle name.
Oh yes. Also, Robby. It was interesting. He had told me that someone had told him that they didn't think he was an emotional guy, and on the contrary, I think Robby's very, very vivid. Like he wears his heart on his sleeve. I appreciate that about Robby. He's willing to be honest and cool about his emotions. So go Robby.
So, if anyone wants to submit girls that we should discuss, I would be up for that. Because this was just a very male-centric podcast. And not that that's bad, but like I think we should diversify.
It's 2016, people, okay? It's 2016.
That's all the explanation you needed. Alrighty, well, thank you so much for listening to our podcast. Thank you for allowing us to be guests on our own podcast.
It was such an honor to be on this week. Just thank you so much to everyone who has been supporting me and have wanted me to be on this show on a weekend and week it, whatever the phrase is. Just
I hope we provided some quality enjoyment for you guys.
That was the Oscar music playing Parker off.
Thank you. Yeah, so thank you for listening. Please submit more requests to talk about because we kind of just went through all of the new ones in one episode. Sorry, not sorry. What else do I say?
don't forget to like, share, comment, post. We want to get Taco Tuesday out to the world. You need to share it with your friends. Share our podcast, please.
Also, I know y'all are hoarding taco memes that you are not tagging our page in, and I'm very upset by it because sometimes I'll run into them and I'm like, why have I not seen this before?
How are we supposed to repost this stuff if we don't get tagged in it?
So please, honestly, anything you see that makes you think of us, please tag us in it because I guarantee you it'll make our day. Yeah, so this is all for this podcast. Oh, shoot.
Molly doesn't know how to work the new iOS update.
I really don't. I keep forgetting. Okay. From all of us here at Taco Tuesday, we will see you later.
Bye-bye. The ants in France. The ants.
The ants in France go better in sweatpants.
Mom, none.
No, it's Tip of the tongue, teeth in the lips.
Tip of the tongue, teeth in the lips.
Red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather.
Oh, we're on. No. What?